Have you ever spent hours on a watercolor painting? Today I'm going to show you 5 common mistakes almost every beginner makes. I made every single one of them when I started.
Make sure you stay until the end, because mistake number 5 is the one that holds most beginners back.
Hold up a brush loaded with thick paint. Let's start with one of the biggest watercolor mistakes beginners make. Let's use a simple circle. Because if you can create light and volume on a circle, you can apply the same technique to flowers, fruits, leaves, and almost any subject. Paint the circle with thick paint. Many beginners think that using more pigment will make their painting look richer. But in watercolor, the opposite is often true. Look what happens when I use thick paint. The surface quickly becomes flat. The paper loses its brightness. And it's much harder to create soft transitions. Now, let's try it the right way. I'm using a very light wash with much more water. Notice that I'm already thinking about where the light is coming from. I'm leaving this area almost white because the white paper is going to become my brightest highlight. I'm not trying to create all the shadows in this first layer. My only goal is to establish a soft base color and preserve the light. Once this layer is completely dry, I can slowly build darker values with additional transparent layers. That's how watercolor creates beautiful depth. Not by using more paint, but by building many thin, transparent layers. So remember this simple rule. You can always make watercolor darker, but making it lighter is much more difficult. Start light, be patient, and let the transparency do the work.
Let's talk about another mistake that almost every beginner makes: painting over the entire paper. When we see a flower, our first instinct is to cover every area with color. But here's the secret. In watercolor, the brightest white doesn't come from white paint. It comes from the paper itself. These untouched areas are what create the sparkle, the freshness, and that beautiful glowing effect watercolor is known for. Watch what happens if I paint over everything. Even if the colors are correct, the flower immediately starts to look flat, heavy, and much less realistic. This time, before I even touch the paper, I'm already thinking about where the light is coming from. If the light is hitting this side, I'll leave this area almost untouched. I'm not adding white paint later. I'm simply protecting the white paper. That tiny highlight may seem unimportant, but it instantly makes the petal look more alive, more delicate, and much more realistic. One small white highlight can completely change the feeling of your painting. How to fix it? Before you start painting, take a few seconds to study your reference photo. Ask yourself one simple question. Where is the strongest light? Once you know the answer, protect those highlights from the very first wash. You can always make an area darker later, but once you've covered the white paper, it's almost impossible to get that natural brightness back. So don't think of the white paper as empty space. Think of it as one of the most important colors in your painting.
All right, here's one of the biggest watercolor secrets that completely changed my paintings. And honestly, it's all about patience. I know. Waiting isn't exactly the fun part. But trust me, watercolor has its own timing. And once you understand that timing, everything starts to look so much better. All right, let me show you what I mean. This layer might look dry, but it's actually still a little damp. Watch this. Okay, see what happened? The paint spreads immediately. The edges get all soft, and just like that, I've lost all control over those tiny details. Now, don't get me wrong. This isn't always a bad thing. It's actually perfect for soft backgrounds, dreamy skies, smooth blends, and beautiful color transitions. But if you're trying to paint delicate flower petals, tiny leaf veins, or any sharp details, this is definitely not what you want. Okay, now let's try exactly the same thing again. But this time, I'm gonna wait until the paper is completely dry. Okay, now we're ready. Look at that. The paint stays exactly where I put it. The edges stay nice and crisp, and now I'm completely in control. Okay, now point to both examples. So before every single brushstroke, ask yourself one simple question. Do I want soft edges? Point to the first example. Or do I want crisp, clean edges? Point to the second example. Because here's the secret. The paper decides the result, not the brush. Okay, so if you want soft, beautiful blends, paint while the paper is still damp. But if you want clean details, slow down, be patient, and wait until the paper is completely dry. I promise, that one simple habit will make a huge difference in your watercolor paintings.
Don't paint what you think you see. Paint what you actually see. Look carefully. Where is the color warmer? Where is it cooler? Where is it darker? Your reference photo already gives you all the answers. Spend more time observing than painting.
Most beginners think better paintings come from painting faster, but beautiful watercolor comes from patience. They're making better decisions. Let every layer dry. Build your colors slowly. Observe your subject. Trust the process. The artists you admire aren't painting faster. They're making better decisions. Which of these mistakes have you made before? Let me know in the comments. And if this video helped you, don't forget to like and subscribe for more watercolor tutorials every week.